Good evening. It's 5 o'clock on this Tuesday evening. I've been outside today fixing both the gutters on both the verandas. The gutter over on the veranda of the lodge had been leaking in two places for several years. I know, several years. Naughty me. But I've managed to fix both the leaks. I've been into town and got some sealant and fixed one of the leaks, and the other one I fixed in a very kind of convoluted way, but they're both fixed, so I'm delighted. There's a beautiful waxing moon up there, and you can hear the bird song. Isn't this wonderful? Isn't this wonderful? And there was also today a beautiful wasp come out of hibernation. And then I was talking to my daughter in Belfast and she said, "Mum, this beautiful big queen wasp came out of hibernation in our house." And we managed to catch it in a glass and put it out. And of course there's lots of places outside there where it should be okay. It should be okay for a while, but it is still quite early. So, but there you go. When I've spoken in the past about spring coming in on the first day of February, Imok, then you can understand. Just by listening now, you know, you can hear that beautiful joyous song of spring rising with the birds. So we're very fortunate here in the west of Ireland, you know, to have this climate. On the downside, of course, it can be very wet, and so we get lots of moss growing, and that's why we have peat bogs, and it's very regenerative in that way. Of course, this is the time of the year now when it's important to get outside and to start clearing up. So I've moved the logs that were here. I've stacked those in the barn. Look at all these little birds. Of course, they're very happy because there's food out here for them. So this is getting them into the spirit of spring, because that's the point at which they get very hungry. You know, they've got a lot in front of them. They have to build their nests. There's a lot of mating to do, and that can be quite difficult. And there's, you know, just so much for them to be getting on with. So we need to just be aware of that and to give Mother Earth that helping hand. That helping hand. Now look at this. Even in this little spot here, which isn't as sheltered as down on the driveway, we've got some little daffodils beginning to peep up through. So isn't that gorgeous? So many signs of spring. So much work still to be done. But I'll just get on and do whatever I can, you know. I've got to be taking lots and lots of stuff to the recycling centre in Boyle. So I'll be getting on and doing that over the next few days. Perhaps even get in there tomorrow. I want to say a special thank you to Jenny McIntosh. Jenny, thank you so much for the donation that you made, and I certainly will use that to buy some more trees. In fact, I might even go down. In fact, I will go down to Ardcarn tomorrow, and I'll buy another 10 trees. So thank you very much, Jenny. That's very generous of you. Bless you. And don't worry about the cats. They don't need anything. I've just been into town and bought them various cat food. It's lovely. Oh, the signs. There's just so much joy here in the air. Listen to it. Listen to this joy. Isn't it wonderful? There's a jet heading off to America. Can you see it there? And then there's another one up there, look. There they go. They're heading off into the west. America or Canada. In this beautiful evening sky. And there's another moon up there, waxing. And here you can see rhubarb coming up. Look at this. Another sign of spring. So you can see the spring and you can hear the spring. Into the west. The buds are beginning to thicken as well here on the black currant. Jack's getting all frisky. And the shoots of the Montbretia are pushing up. Look at that. I know on Facebook and sometimes just in the comments here below, you know, when I have mentioned spring, you know, February the 1st being the first day of spring in the west of Ireland, and people have been astounded, and some people have, you know, pressed the point home to me that it could not be possible because spring didn't begin until whatever it was, you know. And look at these little midges, look. That spring couldn't possibly begin until whatever it was, you know, March or April. And for I said, well, you know, the Celtic calendar, the Celts had it right. They had everything worked out. There's virtually nothing that the Celts have worked out that has been proven to be wrong or mistaken. Because for them, you know, that solstice marked midwinter. And therefore February the 1st was the first day of spring. And now you get it, don't you? Just so lovely to hear it. Absolutely lovely. Now, and on that note, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go into the house and have a cup of tea, which I'm looking forward to, because the kettle is on the stove boiling. I must put some more bird boxes up this year as well. I've got 3 along here, and I've got 1 over there, but I think some of them need to be just checked out now, and I might get a few more. Blessings to you all.